Hi guys, so today we are going to make this really cute little pocket folder that has an opening here to put stuff in. I probably should have showed you it with stuff in it. And then, let me see, what do I have here? I can stick in here. And then on the other side, it's got another pocket area where you can stick stuff in. And then you can insert this like this into your journal. How cute is that? I mean, really, come on. I absolutely adore this. It's beautiful. So let me show you how I made it. So this is Linda from the Crafting Depot, who is now addicted to junk journaling thanks to Pam from the Paper Outpost, who is one of my best friends, who I love and adore, who got me on this journey. So we'll put this to the side here. So I have these envelopes that I got and that I've been keeping. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this envelope and we're going to recycle it. So we're going to fold the envelope in half, like so. And you can use a bone folder, or you don't have to go crazy. You can take out a scissor and use that. So there are nifty ways to get around this without having to spend a lot of money. So the next thing you want to do is just, okay, so you see I folded it. So we're going to cut along the edge. Discard that. Take that off. And then we are going to cut along this edge, because this is going to be our one pocket, and then on the other page this will be our other pocket. Now you see we have it's ripped over here, so what are we going to do? We're going to cut along here and there, and then we're going to glue this from here to here. So let's do that right now. Let me move these papers. And I'm just going to use my Scotch Permanent glue stick, which is very important when you're using glue sticks, that you use the right type of glue stick. And this happens to be one that works pretty well. So I'm just going to put a little glue from here. Okay, so now you see where the fold, can you see where the fold is? So I'm just putting the glue where the fold begins and right here. Okay, now what I should have done first, let me back up, is I don't have a hole, one of those fancy hole circle punches. So I'm just going to do this. See, there's ways around it. I mean, sure, it'd be wonderful if I had one of those. Okay, that didn't come out good, so we're going to fix it. Because you see I got a little uneven edge, so I'm just going to do it again. And now I have a little opening, and I'm going to, did I mess up here? Yeah, what happened? Okay, so the glue dried. So we're going to put the glue back on this side of the envelope over here. So over here, I want to do the same thing. I want to give it a little punch so that when I go to put my papers in here, I can see where it is. So what I'm going to do on this side, on the front of the envelope, is I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to bend it like so in half. I fold the paper in half, And then I'm just going to do a little cutout like that. So we got a little cutout like that. It's not perfect, but it's okay. And then we have a bigger cutout like that, because I didn't want to lose that stamp. I want to keep that stamp, but you know what? I don't really like the way that came out, so I'm going to try and do it a little bit better. Let's see. Let's turn it so that it's even like that. And let's see how that looks. Okay, it doesn't look great, but it is for demonstration purposes. It is what it is. Let me see if I can fix this a little bit better. Make it more of a curve. All right, I don't know what happened. This is not coming out good. But you know what I mean. It should be more of a curve. Why isn't that coming out right? Okay, it's good to make these mistakes online, because that's how you see how other people struggle. It's not just you. You know, everything is practice. There we go. Okay, so now we have, it's way too deep, but for demonstration purposes, we're going to keep it. So now the next thing I want to do is, I don't have a leaf, so I'm going to create it. But first I'm going to get some music paper and some cloth and show you how I did the front. So hold on. Okay, so I have a sheet of music paper, and I don't know if you can see this, but I have a box filled with strips of paper, not paper, material that I'm going to dig into and try to find something. I'll lift this up so you can see this. Okay. All right. Let me see how. Tighten it. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to rummage through here and find myself a piece of material that I want to use. And of course I should have done this before. Okay, so I found the same material that I used on the other one. So for demonstration purposes, we're going to do this again. And this happens to be a blouse that I cut up that was my mom's. So it's perfect. That's what's calling to me. And I'm going to use this. Okay. So now we want to take a piece of, let's get rid of these pieces. And we just want to cut, just rip it. Let's see. And I'm going to rip it across like so. And now we have a piece of music paper that's going to go on the front of our envelope. So before I put it on the envelope, I think I'm going to distress it with some ink, and I'm going to use, can you see that? It is ground espresso. I can't tell if I'm in the camera. Here I am, ground espresso. My brother's calling. Sorry about that. I'll call him back. So I'm going to just distress around the music paper. And hopefully I'm in the camera. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is put that back. And I'm going to take my Scotch permanent glue stick, and I'm going to put some glue. I'll put some glue around. And we're going to cover the front of this envelope. The next thing I want to do is get this leaf. Now I don't have any leaves, so I'm going to do my best to draw the leaf. So here we go. And leaves in nature are not all the same. So we're gonna go like that. Hopefully it's not too big. We'll make do if it is. I think I might be going too big. Hopefully I'm not. So go up there this way. Okay, so we got the leaf. Not looking great, but let's see if we can fix this. And we'll erase this part. Oh, this is not good. Sometimes erasers don't work properly. You must know what I'm talking about. Get an eraser that doesn't erase. There's something wrong with it. Okay, there we go. So now the next thing I want to do, here is my black. Oh, good. Oh, here it is. I'm going to use a permanent black Sharpie, and I'm going to go over, and you know what? I'm going to fix this a little. I'm going to go over it to really bring it out. I'm going to go over that like that. See, when you see some of the mistakes you make, you can kind of fix it while you're drawing. Okay, so now we have something that looks like a leaf. But now we want to put in the veins, like that. There we go. And I'm sure you can all do much better than me. And we'll go over here. Okay, the next thing I want to do is cut it out. I really like these scissors, but you don't have to use them. They're wonderful. So for demonstration purposes, I'm going to use a pair of scissors that I already had. I'm going to cut this out. And they say that when you want to get fine lines, you move the paper while you're cutting. So I'm going to try moving the paper. Get around the lines. It doesn't have to be perfect, guys, but you get the idea. And here we go. And I'm not crazy about this leaf, but I'm going to show you. I'm going to make it work. Yep, so it's a beautiful day here in Florida, and I hope everybody at wherever you are watching this. I don't have a lot of people on my channel because I just started, but you got to start somewhere, right? So I hope whoever is watching this is having a wonderful day, enjoying whatever kind of weather. If it's raining, enjoy the rain, because rain is a wonderful thing for plants. And right here in Florida, we're on the west coast where I live. We don't get enough rain. My brother lives on the east coast of Florida, and it rains every day over there. It rains a lot. My kids are over there too. A lot of rain. So, oh, recently my son calls me up because my daughter-in-law got accepted into the police academy. So he's like, Mom, you don't have to do it. It's okay. we'll get somebody else. And I'm like, do what? What are you talking about? So he's got 2 children with her, and she came into the relationship with 1 child. So altogether, in my small family, I have 5 grandchildren. And I have a grand dog that I love. And so he says, Mom, Taylor just got accepted into the police academy. She's going to be going to school starting in October. Would you come over here and take care of everybody? So, you know, I recently lost my mother and am going back into my my social world that I had started. Okay, so here's your leaf. Okay, it's not perfect, but neither is any nature or anything, so I'm not going to stress out over it. I'm going with it. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take out some of my inks. So you can use any color ink. This is nothing is mandatory. So I have carved pumpkin, I have festive berries, and I have ground espresso. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to get this dauber that I watch these ladies use. And I'm just going to go around and lightly, oh, you know what? I don't like this pencil mark here, so I'm going to erase it. Now, if this video is boring, just hit the fast forward. But I'm going to do this, you know, my family's watching going, oh my God, it's so long. You gotta cut it back. But, you know, there are people that want to see you make your mistakes. They want to see every detail of what you're doing. And then there's some people that are like, okay, come on, let's go. So I put some orange on there. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little of that festive berry. Now these are just, I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 inks. You know, the ladies that are really, you know, far superior and advanced, they're using, so I'm just going to add, now look at what that does. I mean, seriously, that looks, it's coming alive. Okay, I just added 2 inks. Now I could stop there, but I don't want to. So I'm going to give it a little bit more dimension, and I'm going to add the ground espresso. So I take out my dauber. And also another thing I learned is if your inks are drying up, just give it a little water, rejuvenate it. And now I'm going to go back and I'm going to hit it again and just give it a little bit more dimension. And the inks do come off your hands, so don't worry. And you know what, if you say, oh, I don't like that, that's way too dark, I don't see the other colors anymore, what happened? Just go back. Just go back, like I am going to do, and hit it again. Okay, so we didn't have a leaf. We made one. So what are we going to do? We're going to put that leaf. Okay, that didn't work. Okay, so we're going to put our leaf here. But what's bothering me is I forgot we're going to also cover, we have to cover this. We have to cover this. So I'm going to take, you know what, I'm going to use these scissors. I absolutely love them. And Pam told me about them. So I'm going to cut off this part where the seam is. And then I'm going to look at this and see, okay, how is this going to work? Okay, so I don't like the fact that I can see the, so I'm going to cut off some paper here. And I'm going to go over there like that. And then I'm going to cut it here so that it goes and covers a little bit of that black. So what I wanted to do was get rid of, I used the black Sharpie rather, to get rid of some of the address. I don't want people to see my name and address in here. I mean, I don't care that you guys do, but I don't want the whole world to see my address. So that will help when I put the material. Here's the material. So I'm going to go over it like that. So what we're going to do is, let's see if this will rip. Yeah! Yes, it does. Okay, it wasn't really that hard. I just had to be a little dramatic. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to cut off. Actually, I should have gone straight up. Okay, so we're going to use our Scotch. We're going to do it again. We're going to use our Scotch permanent glue stick. And this is really good glue, which I learned from Pam at the Paper Outpost. If you don't know her, I highly recommend going to Pam at the Paper Outpost, because you're going to learn a lot, just like I am. And I want to cover that, so I'm going to do that, and I'm going to go over here like this, and I'm going to put this over that, and then I'm going to squish it a little bit and make it look like that. How cool is that? So now we have some place to put our leaf, and we know that it shouldn't normally be this low. You know what? I'm also going to, I don't like the way the back is showing, so I'm going to get rid of that, and I'm going to do that. Okay. And then we're going to, okay, so this piece is going to be on the other page. You won't see that. So we got that, and now we're going to put glue on the back of our leaf. And I use this paper bag over my cutting table so that I just pick it up, you know, when I'm crafting with glue or using my inks. So because that hole over there came down so low, I have to move my leaf down. So now we're up to this part. We're not going to worry about this here because it's going to be on the other page. And of course, this didn't come out perfect, but I'm still going to use it. Okay, so then the next thing I'm going to do is, where is that? Okay, so the next thing I want to do is make my little acorn. So I went on to Google and I typed in animated looking acorn. So now this is a little long, so I'm just gonna snip that. And the next thing I'm gonna do is try to draw as close as I can an acorn. So an acorn looks like this. So we got the little tab up on top, and then what are we still here? Okay, and then we got the part that comes out on the top, something like that. And then, you know, we can always erase this, and then in here it's like a round little thing here, and then we're just going to make little X's like that. Okay, and then we're going to go think that's how I did it. Okay, here we go. And I'm sure this is not great, but it's working. You get the idea. And you can do better, I'm sure. You're all much better than me. Okay. So we got we have an acorn going. And then we're going to take out our Sharpie pen. Just a plain old black permanent Sharpie pen. And we're going to fix this over here. Go around like that. You know, a lot of people are afraid to draw because, oh, I'm not as good as the next person and I'm terrible. Well, you know what? You're never going to be better or if you don't try. As you can watch me, you will see that this is not the greatest perfect, most perfect acorn you've ever seen, but it's going to work because I'm going to make it work. And the only way that you can get better at anything is to practice. Just like right now, I am learning to become a junk journalist, journal making. Okay, that's not great, but you know what? We're going to take the eraser. I'm going to erase what's inside. I'm going to erase out here. And then the next thing we're going to do, what color did I get? I got like an orange and so I think I used carved pumpkin. And I'm just going to go over the whole thing with the carved pumpkin. Let's go over this again. Okay, and then I'm going to use a little bit of the gathered twigs. I don't remember exactly if that's what I used, but we're going to go over the top with the carved twigs, and we're just going to hit, let me look at this again. We're just going to hit the bottom a little bit to try and dull that orange a little bit. So you get the idea. There we go. Now I could sit down and practice and practice and practice and my acorns will come out much better. But for demonstration purposes right now, we're going to go with this. So then I'm going to turn the paper and cut. Yeah. And boy, I wish I knew how to do this when we were on lockdown. I would have been extremely happy and busy, busy, busy. So, but I am retired now, and I am so happy to have found out about all this stuff because now I'm utilizing my creative abilities. And, you know, of course I'm no Van Gogh or anything like that, but I enjoy just having fun. So we're going to try and do the same thing we did here. We're going to move our acorn over here. Now, you notice it's not the same size. Am I going to have a heart attack? No. I'm going to go with it because nothing in life is perfect, nor does it have to be. And, you know, every time you do something, you learn to get better. Okay, am I finished? No, I'm not finished. So the next thing I want to do is I want to distress this. I want to make it look like an older envelope. So I'm going to take, which one am I going to take? No, I'm going to take my ground espresso. I don't have a lot of inks, but I'm going to make do with the ones that I have. So I'm going to take the ground espresso and I'm going to go around And I'm going to distress this. Now the material is going over, which is not a big deal, but I am going to trim it. And I'm going to distress this. And see, I don't want to get rid of this stamp, but it should be more like this. So I am going to get rid of the stamp because I don't like the way it looks. I do not like that look. And I don't want to cut into this. So that looks a lot better to me. And you know, like instead of having, you know, a major meltdown because of the way that I cut it, I'm just gonna improvise and go along, get in there, and look at how cool that looks. I mean, really, I just love this. I don't remember, it might have been 49 Dragons. Check her out, she's good too. She does a lot of grunge. And Louise Hansel, I think she's from Germany, and 49 Dragons lives in Australia, and they work together. Okay, this came out fantastic. I absolutely love it. It doesn't have the stamp, but hold on, I can fix it. So I went online and I ordered some stamps. So I got 100 stamps in here. Now, you know, you get crazy when you become a junk journalist. You get a little nutso, and you start saving stamps from people that send you mail, which most people don't do anymore. But I received a lot of mail after my mom passed away. Nice, beautiful cards, and so I kept. And believe it or not, you will not believe this, but I took out the iron and I took some of the stamps off. So here we're going to go over this. I know that the leaf should be over the stamp, and I don't think I can. I wonder if I can lift it, because this glue, it really adheres very fast. No, I'm going to ruin it. I'm going to ruin it, and I'm not going to do it. So I'm not going to do that. So we're just going to put the stamp over it. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to not glue. Linda. Okay, ground coffee, where are you? So we're just going to distress, and I'm going to pretend. But realistically, what would I have done? I would have made sure that the leaf was over the stamp. But for demonstration purposes, I'm going to show you that you do make mistakes while you're crafting. And you're just going to go with it. So the next thing I want to do on the other side is I want to put more of that music paper. So here we go. We have more music paper. And, you know, I went online. Oh, actually, no, I didn't. I went to Etsy shop and I bought a fundal, which I'm going to do a video on the fundal. Wait till you see that. So what am I going to do? I am going to distress. Did I distress it? No, I didn't, actually. Okay, so I'm going to glue this down. You see how this works? You wind up making mistakes along the way, and you improvise. So now I have to fix this mistake. I shouldn't even post this video, but you know what? I'm going to. I am going to. I'm going to. You know what? Take this off. Take this off. Ah, disgusting. And I'm going to cut like that. Oh, no, I don't want that. God, I shouldn't even post this. But you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. And I'm gonna show you that it can be done with mistakes. Okay, here we go. Now I'm going to distress it. Mom, you need to get a light. We can't see you. That's what I hear. You need to get a better light because your lighting is terrible. Well, I can see it. I will get a light. I'm going to get a light. But I'm also going to be moving into my son and daughter-in-law's house. And I'm going to try and figure out how to do this. So the next thing I did was I ordered, and I don't remember where I got these from, somewhere on Amazon. I got these really cute mushrooms. You know, once you get into these mushrooms, you went down the rabbit hole. So I can honestly say I'm down the rabbit hole. And you know what? I don't really like the white edging, so I'm going to just take it off, and it'll give me a little bit more room on my, let's move this over. The other thing I have to warn you about, and I didn't understand why it was like this for these people, these crafters, not people, these crafting women, but your crafting area will turn into a typhoon of stuff while you're working. And it's really important to try and be as organized as you can. But I have to tell you, it's so easy to wind up with a typhoon of papers all around. So I really like this, and I'm going to add this little mushroom here. So the other thing is that I'm not so sure that I trust the glue. And of course, it's going to be hard to get apart. And I'm going to get it apart though. Hold on. I got it apart. I didn't want to bore you with watching me take this apart. I'm going to get a lot of grief from my kids telling me how, you know, it's too long. It's, you know, it's kind of boring. I'm sorry. You can hit that fast forward button. I think it's over here. And just go fast forward. You don't have to listen to me ramble on about nothing. All right, how cool does that look? Now, I just added the Scotch permanent glue stick. And here's the cover. Make sure you cover it. This stuff dries up real quick. Now, the other thing that I added was the butterfly. You don't have to do that. I mean, you could draw a butterfly yourself on pretty paper, or you can go online and look for a butterfly that you choose that you like. Now I like the purple, but I want to do some green. I like the green. So this time I'm going to pull out this one. And what I do is I just cut it to get it apart. And it's not that easy taking it off. Oh, yes it is. How do you like that? Okay, so the other thing I want to do again is use the Scotch glue stick, and of course it's very important to cover your inks. Okay, so what we're going to do is put, let's see, that's gonna go up there. Okay, so because this butterfly is sticking to my finger, I'm going to put the glue on the paper. Let's see, we don't want it to go, all right, it's going to have to go a little bit over the mushroom. I absolutely love this. I think it's darling, gorgeous, beautiful. And what I'm going to do is cover my glue stick again. I'm going to take out my dauber. Where's the one that I was using? Okay, here. We're going to get the ground espresso again. And we're going to just do a little glue. Not glue, we're going to distress this. So what happened here? Okay, so a little bit of glue. We're going to distress the heck out of this. Oh my God, I'm so like, I'm so in love with this. Just love it. So this is how we make our pockets. Now let's get the book. Where's your book, Linda? Oh, okay. So forgive me. I'm not crazy about my first journal, but I'm going to use it for demonstration purposes because that's how we learn. So our last video we did the flower with paper, and now we're going to add our pocket, which just slides right in here like so. You could glue it down. I think maybe I will. Let's add a little glue here. Put a little glue. Now, I'll put a little glue here. So it goes there. And then we're going to put a little glue here and here. Whoops, you didn't see that. So I put a little glue here and up there. And I'm going to glue it down here. I mean, that looks so cute. And it's endless what you can put inside these. I mean, I have this paper tuck, which you can, I think it's called a tuck. I forgot what it's called. Anyway, you can put that in there. What it needs is a little pull thing. I have some in the drawer, but just for demonstration purposes, that's all it is. We're going to take this little thing and we're going to add it into, let's go, come on. I think I got a little glue stuck here. It's okay, we'll get it out. There we go, got the glue out. That can go in there. How adorable is that? And you got writing space here. You can write over here. And you have writing space here, and you have this envelope. How cute, adorable is that? So that, my friends, is today's little lesson on making, a tuck to go into your journal. And I hope you enjoyed it because as much as I did, because I really enjoyed it. I have so much fun doing all this stuff. And till we meet again, enjoy your day. Have a wonderful day, and I hope that you craft. If you like this video, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and if you want to send me a nice message, it would warm my heart and make me feel really good. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you're so inclined to share it, by all means, I would be grateful. Have a blessed day. I love you all. Big hugs. Bye.